All season long, much attention has been focused on this rather tiny man, but never more so than last week, before the New England Patriots played the Pittsburgh Steelers. For Mac Herron, along with quarterback Jim Plunkett, is nearly all that remains from the brilliant team that began the NFL season with 5 consecutive wins. 3 of them upsets over Miami, Minnesota, and Los Angeles. But the 3 victims will be in the NFL playoffs. New England, the victor, will not. A massive epidemic of major injuries has devastated this club. New England has dropped 6 of their last 8, and last week's defeat against the Steelers came as no surprise. So a season that began with such promise will end sourly for the Patriots, and little Mac Herron is all that is left to cheer. His consistency's been remarkable, so remarkable that the tiny setback needs only 181 yards in his final game to break Gale Sayers' all-time NFL record for total yards gained in one season. With the elimination of New England last week, the entire playoff picture in the American Conference fell into place. And before we look at the game of the week between Pittsburgh and New England, let's see what happened in 2 key games in the American Conference. New England Schaefer Stadium, over 52,000 loyal fans gathered for the Patriots' swan song. New England was stripped of most of its offensive might, with Sam Cunningham and regular receivers Reggie Rucker and Darryl Stingley sidelined by injuries. And although their opponents, the Steelers, have been plagued by offensive ineffectiveness, against Pittsburgh's steel curtain defense, New England seemed to have merely a very small chance. So, with a division title and a wild card spot in the playoffs up for grabs, a lot was on the line in the NFL Game of the Week. The Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New England Patriots. New England's defense, ranked number 1 in their conference against the running game, was head-to-head with the leading running attack, that of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh has relied more and more on the run because of their unsettled quarterback position. Terry Bradshaw seems to have the job again, but the Steelers' passing remains pathetic. On the first series of the game, when Bradshaw went back to pass, the Patriots' defense poured in. It was an encouraging sign for New England. On the Patriots' first possession, Plunkett had excellent protection and completed a pass to Randy Vataha, New England's lone remaining receiver of any note. It went for 21 yards. His fumble was after the whistle had blown the play dead. Next, Mac Herron began his assault on Gale Sayers' total yardage record with an 11-yard burst through the right side. A repeat shows what makes the little man so valuable as he found his hole, then ducked under the tackles of Andy Russell and Mike Wagner for extra yardage. The season has taken its toll on Herron, who is feeling the effects of being without Cunningham in the backfield. He's the man enemy defenses key on, and Herron has been playing hurt. Of course, he gets maximum exposure to injury because of his play on the special teams that go along with his duties as a starting running back. Herron had taken the ball down to the 17, and Jim Plunkett came right back to him, slanting over the middle for a diving touchdown. Another look at the game's first touchdown reveals Herron badly beat Pittsburgh's all-pro linebacker Andy Russell on his circle pattern. Then thirst for the end zone did the rest. New England the first on the board, 7-0. For Pittsburgh to win, it would have to move on the ground. And on the next series, Franco Harris burst through the left side for 25 yards. This was a bad omen for the Patriots, for the key to this game, as coach Chuck Fairbanks was aware, was how well their defense could handle Franco Harris. Despite the long run, the Patriots defense held Pittsburgh and forced them to punt, ending the threat. But one series later, Pittsburgh began to move again. First, Bradshaw hit little-used tight end Larry Brown, number 87. Then he sent Harris wide to the right to the tune of 12 hard-earned yards. That was as far as Pittsburgh got, however, and as the second quarter began, Roy Gerela kicked a 40-yard field goal for Pittsburgh's first score. On the next series came one of the big plays of the game as Mac Herron fumbled the ball to Mel Blount, number 47. The Steelers had a huge break at the Patriot 19, and their strategy was simple: give the ball to Franco. As Franco Harris and his teammates made their way inexorably toward the Patriot goal line, New England's hero turned GOAT could only watch helplessly from the bench. As the Patriots' goal line defense dug in to try to stem the onslaught, Terry Bradshaw called the signals that would put in motion a play everyone expected: the give to Franco Harris. That, it was no surprise, mattered not at all. Harris scored anyways. The extra point was missed, but Pittsburgh took the lead for the first time today. On the next series, Pittsburgh again stopped Herron when Andy Russell blitzed him for a loss of 5 yards. And for the veteran linebacker, it was sweet revenge for being victimized by Herron earlier in the game. This set up a punt by Dave Chappell, but his effort was good for only 16 yards past the line of scrimmage to the 29. Pittsburgh took advantage of this poor kick and converted it into 3 points on a Gerela field goal. Pittsburgh increased its lead to 5 points. The Steelers soon got the ball back again when Jim Plunkett's attempt over the middle was intercepted by Jack Ham. Although the Steelers could do nothing with this gift, because Roy Gerela's field goal attempt from 47 yards out was wide, the momentum of this game had very definitely changed away from New England. Pittsburgh's rock-ribbed defense was now in control of this game. Following the missed field goal, New England benefited from a holding call against Pittsburgh, and then from the Patriots' 47, Plunkett loosed this lightning, which came to earth 48 yards later in care of Mac Herron. Another look at the play establishes that the Steelers were offsides, and in scrambling to get back, the rhythm of their rush was disrupted, affording Plunkett, for one of the few times this afternoon, all the time he needed to produce such a play. But there the steel curtain descended right on New England's necks, and the Patriots were left squirming 3 yards shy of satisfaction after this desperate third down scramble, and New England had to settle for 3 off the instep of Englishman John Smith, making the halftime total Steelers 12, Patriots 10, and still anybody's ball game. Beginning the second half, the Steelers resumed the simple, straightforward, brutally plain plan of attack, which best suits quarterback Terry Bradshaw's style, and to which Chuck Noll has reverted, hoping to iron some of the kinks out of Pittsburgh's reluctant offense. But challenging the American Conference's most effective defense against the run, the irresistible force in this case was resisted quite readily by the immovable object. And forced to punt, the Steelers got an undeserved bonus when Eddie Hinton could not hang on, and Donnie Shell, one of 14 rookies on the Pittsburgh roster, recovered for the Steelers at the Patriots' 41-yard line. Eschewing the run now, Bradshaw found Frank Lewis curling open in the New England zone 25 yards downfield. One play later, Bradshaw hit Lewis right in the hands at the goal line, but Lewis could not make the catch. And deflected off Jack Mildren, the ball bounced to Prentice McCray, whose end zone interception killed this Pittsburgh opportunity. A ground-level look at the play shows that Bradshaw did well to deliver the ball as accurately as he did, for Sugar Bear Hamilton was all over him as he released it. But Plunkett and company could not earn a first down through nearly 13 minutes of the third quarter. And very shortly, the Patriots' defense was back under fire, and once again, the Sugar Bear led the assault to blunt a Pittsburgh drive. Yet the Patriots were just hanging on with each desperate stand, while the ever-increasing pressure of the Pittsburgh defense forced New England steadily back into poorer and poorer field position. This sack left Plunkett at the 9, and after a short punt, the Steelers took possession at the New England 38. One play later, Bradshaw drilled Frank Lewis for a 17-yard gain, and Pittsburgh was once again challenging deep in Patriots territory. Short, tough runs by Rocky Bleier, number 20, and Franco Harris advanced the ball to the 7. From there, Bradshaw hurled to number 88, Lynn Swan, who made a diving catch in the end zone, increasing the Steelers' lead to 19-10 after almost a full period of domination, both offensively and defensively, by the Steelers. The damage might have been much worse in the third quarter, and the Patriots' youthful head coach, Chuck Fairbanks, knew it. But he knew, too, that even this 9-point disadvantage could be beyond the call to courage of his proud but bruised and weary bunch. Tensely, New England fans, accustomed now to their Patriots' fourth-quarter flourishes, shifted forward in their seats, awaiting the spark that would set their heroes free from this damnable, suffocating Steelers defense. While across the way, Joe Willie Gillum warmed up unexpectedly, perhaps signaling a change in Steelers' strategy, but more likely a worsening of pain in Terry Bradshaw's sore ribs. And the fans at Foxborough waited, hushed, to see if this change of quarterbacks would catch their hard-pressed defense out of adjustment. But Gillum's entrance into the game brought no new wrinkles to the Pittsburgh attack, and the Patriots' defense continued to hang tough. Still, like the ever-increasing strength in the coils of a constricting snake, the Pittsburgh defense tightened its hold on the game, building its conference-leading total of quarterback sacks to 52. The Patriots bench watched with the fascination that only something horrible can command, so menacing was Pittsburgh's defense. At length, after an exchange of punts, the Patriots were driven back to their own 1-yard line. And on third down, the high-pressure Pittsburgh defense squeezed the Patriots till they popped as L.C. Greenwood decked Jim Plunkett in his own end zone, increasing the Steelers' lead to 11 points and putting the Patriots 2 touchdowns away from victory, now midway through the last quarter. On the free kick following the safety, John White towed a driving knuckler upfield. Lynn Swan controlled the ball and headed upfield where number 59, Rodrigo Barnes, stripped him of the precious football, and Craig Hanneman fell on it, providing the spark the Patriots and their fans had so patiently awaited through this long, defense-dominated half. And though Pittsburgh's steely D was not to be cheated of victory this day, neither were the proud, much-improved Patriots to go down without exhausting themselves, their fans, and the Steelers to the marrow. Jim Plunkett delivered hesitantly but nonetheless accurately to Randy Vataha, planting the ball firmly in Pittsburgh's end of the field. Rugged little Mac Heron then ripped off a 13-yard gain inside Pittsburgh's 15. Plunkett then caught tight end Bob Adams with a look-in to the 7. There, the Steelers threatened to halt the Patriots' drive until Mac Heron swept right in 6 plays later and plugged it in for the score. The Steelers' 6th-place stand had all but drained the clock, but still, Patriots fans rejoiced, not for victory, but for the never-say-die attitude that has inflamed New England with love for these gallant Patriots. Heron's touchdown narrowed the score to Pittsburgh 21, New England 17. And when the Patriots' onside kick failed, that score became final. And it was the Steelers who celebrated victory, as well as hard-won supremacy in the AFC Central Division and a 3rd invitation to the playoffs in the last 3 seasons, after 39 years of championship drought. But it had been an unexpectedly difficult pull for the Steelers, who many experts described as a juggernaut in the preseason. But pull and pull together they did all the long uphill way, and with their offense now firmly rooted in basic bully tactics and with a defense unparalleled in passion and precision, the Steelers' black and gold seems as likely to fly on Super Sunday as the Howard Johnson's colors of the Miami Dolphins, or the silver and black representing the pride and poise boys in Oakland.